Avengers! Worry not. Because I'm on my way. Woo! What's up? How you guys doing? And welcome to the stream. Thursday morning. Couple of days before the big old D23 presentation. Star Wars, Marvel. It's going to be epic. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about on today's stream, where we break down some of the craziest rumors, leaks, and speculation that came out yesterday about what's going on with D23. Yours truly played a little part in the chaos, and I'll clarify that today. We'll also spend a couple of minutes talking about She-Hulk, because I don't know. Just cause not everybody saw my breakdowns, how I'm feeling. Everybody, shut your mouth. I'm flying into the tower right now. I'll see you in a second. What up? Hello. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one, but I'm running on not a lot of sleep and a lot of caffeine and a healthy amount of blinkers, and so we're gonna get right into it. My God. We're gonna get right into it. We're going to talk about some absolutely awesome, epic stuff. D23 right around the corner, and a little bit of change of plans. I was planning on dropping a video yesterday about all of the crazy stuff for D23 that was going on. I was a little bit tired yesterday. I was actually feeling a little bit under the weather, and I either still feel under the weather, and I've lost the ability to map out how I feel, like due to sensory deprivation and lack of sleep and a baby and stuff, or I'm actually feeling better. Regardless, I couldn't do the video yesterday, so I did an audible at the line. Normally, every Thursday, we do a full breakdown stream of the She-Hulk episode, and instead, I decided today we'll just do what I was going to do in a video on today's stream. There's a lot to get into. I think it's actually going to be an incredibly enjoyable stream for you guys. I'm sure some of you have seen the news and the rumors and stuff that leaked out yesterday. I want to clarify what I was talking about with Tom Holland Spider-Man and some other things like that. Okay, so we're going to get into that. I think it's going to be real juicy. I do have an epic video that will drop later today on the main channel about Charles Xavier and Magneto, and why I think race-bending those characters, particularly with Denzel Washington and Giancarlo Esposito, could absolutely work. We talk about some of the potential pitfalls and some of the drama that this kind of a decision would make, but ultimately why I think it would work. Epic video. Definitely check it out. Even if you're like super triggered by it, it's a good video. You're going to like it. So check that out. And I think tomorrow maybe we'll do something kind of speculating on what Star Wars is going to do. Maybe some more information will leak out about what Star Wars plans to do. Regardless, the the very big thing to keep in mind here is that on Saturday at 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, okay, we will be live and we will be getting ready to experience all of the craziness from D23 together. If you were here for the San Diego Comic-Con stream, it was absolutely epic. It was a fantastic stream, the largest stream we've ever done, and it was super hyped up, right? We're doing it again. And it's going to be awesome. By the way, let me just, before we get into the She-Hulk stuff, because I do want to get into She-Hulk, I want to know how you guys feel about She-Hulk. Maybe I'm on an island over here. Maybe this episode just didn't hit for me, and maybe the whole internet absolutely loves this episode. The narrative's turned around on She-Hulk. People absolutely love She-Hulk, and I'm just over here like, nah, I didn't like it. We'll get there. First, before we get into that, I would like to ask the class a question. Okay? Here's the question. Yes or no? Do you recall leading in to San Diego Comic-Con that people were saying, hey, don't get your hopes up. JP, that's very generous. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I'll get into that in a second. You demand. You demand. Do you remember, class, that the narrative from many people, trades and insider scoopers, etc., do you remember that they said, don't get too excited. D23 is where the real juice is coming. San Diego Comic-Con's going to be whatever. Don't get too excited. D23 is where it's really going to pop off. Right. So the reason I bring that up is because, bro, not enough people are talking about that. And a lot of people have gone super quiet. We're going to get into that as well, because Feige is got the snipers out, especially on Twitter, particularly on Twitter. And a lot of people that know things are holding back on it because Marvel and Feige really trying to stamp down on spoiler culture, and we're gonna deep dive into that. But the reason I bring this up, man, is because, like, where's that energy? Where's that energy? You know, before San Diego Comic-Con, there were only a few of us that were saying, bro, this shit's gonna be lit. And here's my thing. I didn't really know for sure, but my thought process was, this is Kevin goddamn White Suge Knight Feige. Okay? The arbiter of hope and hype. This guy is not going to go back to San Diego Comic-Con for the first time in 3 years when the MCU Phase 4 is getting mixed results and receptions, and he's not going to come out there and give us a freaking passable score. He's going to swing for the fucking fences. And he did. He gave us 2 Avengers movie announced 3 years away, 6 months apart, Kang Dynasty, and Civil War! Okay? So I guess I'm just kind of confused as to why all of the people that week were saying, I wouldn't get too excited about San Diego. D23 is what it's got. D23 is the shit. D23. D! They're all about that D! 23. Where's that energy now? It's like everybody got all quiet. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it'll probably be okay or whatever. It's fucking gonna be all right, yo. Be cool or whatnot. No! Fuck that! It's gonna be epic. They're gonna go hard. Mic drop type shit. Okay? And yes, the lack of sleep is probably, getting to me. The amount of caffeine that I put into my body, something like the levels at which the super soldier serum pulses through the blood of one Steve Rogers. So buckle up your buttholes, because it's gonna be a good day. Okay, now let's talk. Before we get into all the epicness and the fun, maybe I shouldn't put you on loud at my job. Probably not, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Probably not. Okay. She-Hulk. Let's begin. What's your score? What do you give the She-Hulk episode 4 out of 10 on a scale from 1 to 10? What do you give it? What do you think? Yeah. What do you think? Oh, there's that. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so 5, 3, 7, 7, 9. Whoa, okay. 3 minus 5. Damn. 8. Okay, so there's some high scores still. Kendall gave it a 7.5. Interesting. Okay. So, a lot of people liked it. Elisa thought it was funny. She thought it was kind of in line with the other ones. And look, I can't fully explain why. I just can only tell you honestly how it hit me. And I really didn't like the episode. So for me, right now, She-Hulk is literally 50-50. There are 2 episodes I enjoyed. There are 2 episodes I really didn't enjoy. And this one in particular, I think one of the reasons I didn't enjoy it was because it just felt really awkwardly paced. And Wong didn't really feel like Wong to me. He didn't feel like the Wong from the movies, but I would argue he doesn't even feel like the Wong from the last episode. That's direction. That's completely on the director. So he's, silly, unserious, doesn't use his full powers and abilities, comes in to help Donnie Blaze, and yet leaves the portal on the ground open for ass long as all these little demons are running out and all these different things. I was just like, man, this is stupid. The show has definitely solidified what it is, and it ain't serious. It ain't deep. It's not taking itself serious. And to me, that's a fine tightrope to walk. You know what I mean? Because on the one hand, there are plenty of moments in episode 4 that made me laugh. There's one joke that I thought was really, really good, but I don't remember which one it was, because it's a shotgun fest of joke after joke after joke after joke after joke. And a lot of that shit didn't land for me in episode 4. I was like, okay. So here we are with She-Hulk. So where I'm at with She-Hulk is really middle of the road, man. And I was telling people last night, and I think I'm probably going to stick to this, guys. I think next week will be the last She-Hulk watch party that I do. Okay? Because the following week, Andor comes out, and that'll be 3 episodes at once, and I'm going to just switch over to Andor. You know what I mean? I'm just going to switch over to Andor at that point. Partially because I don't want to do 2 watch parties a week. You know what I mean? Just like I'm already like kind of burning the candle at both ends, right? But also partially because I just really don't like the show. And look, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm sure some people will be upset. This happened a couple of times before Bad Batch Season 1. I stopped sometime into it. I was like, I'm fucking done with this. You know what I mean? It just happens, okay? And at the end of the day, you can file your complaints with Susan in the lobby. She's more than happy to hear you out. I would really give her a fucking earful if I were you. Like, get down there, really get into the nitty-gritty. Yeah, that's about all you can do, So it is what it is. She-Hulk, I wish thee well. I hope next week slaps. I hope the show ends with a bang and sets up a lot of fun stuff. And also, let me just say one more. Let me say one more thing, okay? Bro, it's okay that I don't like She-Hulk. This is not, I don't want to make this like, oh, it's the end of the fucking MCU. Oh my God, they're shoving all this shit down our throats. Holy shit, they can't do anything without making a joke. The MCU's over! No! As we kind of spoke to last night, I think it's pretty fair to say that She-Hulk, in at least a lot of different ways, is more made for the female gaze. It is absolutely for, I think, females. And I would even argue older females. You know what I mean? Really feels like that's kind of what the show is. That is absolutely okay. Okay? And honestly, probably good for Marvel overall. You need different flavors for different kind of folks. But in that same token, it should be okay and understandable that just me, comic book dude bro fan, doesn't find enough in the show to make it an enjoyable experience for me. If they can admit, and I think we can all admit, in a non-toxic way, that the show is more female-centric and for the female gaze, bro, okay, fine. Then that, plus the clunky nature of it, plus the fact that it's Joke City, it's just kind of stacking up a few things that make me not love the show. That's fine. Not a big deal. I don't think it is anyway. So, yeah, we'll just keep it moving. But that's kind of my thoughts on She-Hulk, dude. So, if you have some questions about that, we can absolutely get into that later on in the show. But instead of spend all of this morning kind of like shitting on She-Hulk and like talking about why it doesn't perfectly work for me and all of that. I was like, no, you know what? Instead, let's get some hype going on. Let's talk about some hype. Hype. And let's get excited for mother flipping Wait, what? Why is She-Hulk playing and stuff? What the hell's going on here? Hang on. Can you hear that? Can anybody else hear that? Oh, that was it. Interesting. Okay. Boom. We'll start here. The Diz Insider. The Diz Insider. Oh, you just don't like stories, bro? The Diz Insider claimed a couple of different fun things yesterday, a little bit in their video, and then they also did a podcast where they talked about this stuff as well. Okay? And, you know, look, I haven't actually spoken to anybody over at the Diz Insider. Okay? Didn't reach out to anybody over there. I don't know for sure that this is what is going on. But I wanted to quickly touch on what we talked about a little bit earlier, and that is that Feige's sniping on Twitter, dude. They're sniping hard on Twitter. Okay? And a lot of the people that have scoops, that have actual verifiable leaks, have begun to frame the leakage as rumor. And so they just say rumor now instead of leak. And in fact, again, not trying to throw anybody under the bus, not trying to like put anybody's dirty laundry out there, but the first outlet ever that had the info about Charlie Cox coming back in the yellow and red suit was the Illuminati. And I know for 100% fact that they ran that as a rumor because they were currently being hounded by Disney PR. And so they didn't print it as an exclusive. They didn't like give it the kind of momentum that would allow it to be shared around and extensively, which is why it kind of flew under the radar for a while. But I know for a fact that they did that because they didn't want to get in trouble with Disney. Okay? So what does that mean? That means we have to frame some of this and some of the stuff that's being said with that in mind. I personally think that many insiders are sitting on major news. Major news. A lot of major news probably connected to what Emmett Kennedy tweeted out last week. Remember a few insiders retweeting this? Not really saying much else, but retweeting it, sort of giving it the nod, etc., etc. Okay, so let's start with the Diz Insider. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Diz Insider claims that we can expect Deadpool 3 title announcement, Secret Invasion trailer, Echo first look, Nova casting, and Eternals 2 announcement at D23. Okay, so let's break this all down. Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3, probably a pretty safe bet that Deadpool 3 will be announced. You know, probably a safe bet. And we talked a lot about this yesterday. Like, what could it be? What should it be? You know, all that. To me, especially kind of considering where Marvel is at, right? And, you know, I'm not a doomsayer, but I would put myself in the camp that I think Phase 4 was lackluster. I think that there's a little bit on shaky ground with some of the fans, etc., etc. At a time like this, I think that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3 is a very welcome film, a very welcome project. I like Deadpool 1 a lot. Deadpool 2 I was like, whatever. Deadpool, just in general, not my favorite, okay? For the same reason I'm not digging She-Hulk, I actually don't read Deadpool comics. I can't handle it. Just joke all the time. I can't handle it. And it's a part of the reason why the Deadpool movies for me are not as good as maybe some of you think. Like maybe some of you love that style. You absolutely love Deadpool. You're like, let's fucking go. But Deadpool has a couple of qualities that make it really interesting to put a Deadpool movie into the MCU right now. He has the fourth wall breaking awareness, particularly of the Fox stuff. Okay, what was going on with the Fox people and the Fox X-Men films and all that, right? Stewart or McAvoy, this continuity always confuses me. Looks like the studio couldn't shell out the money to get actual X-Men in the film, you know, etc., etc. So, Deadpool 3 has the ability to play around with a lot of awesome characters via the multiverse and do some really, really fun stuff. Like we were talking last night, some jokes about, oh, well, Marvel Studios at least has a budget. Did you see that action sequence? And shit like that, right? So I don't know what Deadpool 3 could be, but I kind of got this sense, because we've been following this project for a long, long time. You remember Ryan in the Christmas sweater? We watched the interview with Ryan in the Christmas sweater, and he addressed questions about Deadpool 3. I believe what he said was, it has to be epic. It's got to be incredible from their perspective, and it's got to be incredible from our perspective. And that's what they're working on. So I actually think Deadpool 3 could be nuts. You know, people have been throwing out Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Absolutely possible. Deadpool's super secret wars. Cool theory as well. Wild stuff that you could be doing with Deadpool, multiversal, cameo city, mutants, which, dude, I don't know if y'all notice, many of us Marvel fans have an absolute proverbial hard-on for the mutants. So I'm in, baby. I'm in. Let's go to the next one. Secret Invasion trailer. This was talked about by Daniel Richtman, backed up here by the Diz Insider. I'd probably have to give that like a 99% chance of happening then, because those are two pretty reliable people. For them to be talking about it, I think, yeah, we're looking at a Secret Invasion trailer. Now, I'm actually really curious about this trailer, okay? As I said in the video earlier, and as I've been kind of saying here, I do wish Marvel would get back to a little bit more of a serious tone. You know, the humor stuff is fine, but there was usually something serious backboning these stories, and the humor was played as levity, as opposed in Thor, Love and Thunder, and in She-Hulk, where the humor is the formula, right? Both can work, but I just think that right now we're a little out of balance. We need to bring it back to the serious side. The word on the street is that Secret Invasion will be just that. It'll be incredibly serious, dark tone, a little bit scary, and maybe lighter on the jokes. I mean, it's Marvel, so there's still going to be jokes, there's still going to be quipping, etc. But that's what people are saying. And this first trailer is going to be key to setting up the expectations, letting us kind of feel the tone of this thing. What does it feel like? Do we like it? Oh, is this something that feels different than the other Disney Plus shows? Because it's also being billed as an ensemble or a crossover event, I believe is the words being shared. So, hype to the ceiling for that shit. I'm down. Secret Invasion is one of the best Marvel comic book events that they've ever done. It's really cool. There's a lot of intrigue, just crazy stuff. Really, really fun read. And then it leads into Norman Osborn, leading Hammer and, forming his Avengers, Dark Avengers Siege. A lot of fun stuff. Okay? So, excited for that. Echo first look. Interesting thing with Echo here. I actually liked Echo in the Hawkeye show. I thought she was an interesting character, but there's just, not enough there to like really latch onto, but definitely good stuff. The kind of low-key draw here, low-key, is the Daredevil cast. So the word is that the Daredevil cast is largely returning here. This would be Kingpin most of all. This would be Daredevil himself, who will be in the black suit, more like Shadowlands. You'll get, I think, returning folks like Foggy Nelson and others from the Daredevil show. I've even heard that Bullseye could be in the show. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, we're spilling it all out there. We're talking all out. Hang on, I need a little more coffee. I don't think we're there yet. Yeah. So, who knows? Maybe even some Bullseye. Really interesting stuff could be happening in Echo. I'm excited. I think that's gonna be a good one. Nova. This one's kind of interesting. The Diz Insider video claims that the Nova project, which will be a Disney Plus series, I think that's kind of the way I read it, that the Nova show has actually been in development for a long time. And it's kind of like ready to be talked about. And they have an actor for Nova. Who is Nova? I don't really know. Could be one of the people that was on Emmett Kennedy's list from last week. Even a John Boyega could work here. Could end up being Henry Cavill. Like Henry Cavill could be a Richard Rider, I thought. Yeah, could be somebody else. I don't particularly know here. You know what I mean? It's a cool character. Like I know that Richard Rider is not the most popular Marvel comic book character, but for many people, he was like a spacefaring version of Peter Parker. He's really fun, and a lot of people love that character. So I'm pretty excited, interested to see who it is they bring in. And again, if it's a Disney Plus show, like here's my thing with all the Disney Plus shows. Are we going to see an evolution for the Disney Plus Marvel show? Is this going to be different than what came before? Or is just show me something. Show me something to get me to latch onto. Could be Gosling. Could be. Eternals 2. This was talked about by Patton Oswalt. You know, he spilled the beans a little bit about this, whether or not you think he was lying, hyping, or just misspeaking. That does appear to be a thing. And they even say in the Diz Insider video to expect Harry Spitter Styles to be involved in that movie. So I do kind of think that'll happen, right? So I do actually think that that'll happen. All right? Let's keep it moving. And of course, you all let me know your thoughts about all of that. Okay, okay, now we're going to kind of get into some wild shit, okay? John Wiener Gazing Campia, the gazer of Wiener himself. Apparently on his show, he said that his sources are saying that Jodie Comer, Jodie Code Red is Sue Storm. Specifically, he said that he heard it from his own sources, and then he corroborated with a friend who he heard the same thing from different insiders. Campia also predicted that Jodie will be announced as Sue at D23 this weekend. Okay. So why is this significant? Once again, I want to open this question up to the rest of the class. Why is this so significant? Because this bit of news opened the floodgates. Nani? Okay, fine. I'll answer it. It seems you guys have not had as much coffee as I have had. The reason this is significant is because Emmett Kennedy, who's the dude that made the crazy tweet last week, he said, and I think he said this publicly. He told me in the DMs, I didn't really talk about it publicly, but he told me that Jodie would be Sue. Okay? Jodie would be Sue. What this means is if this is true, okay, that implies that other things that Emmett knows are also true. And this takes us into the major drama, the huge contentious point that many people in the scooping community are talking about. I think this is going to be a wild ass Saturday, because either way it happens on Saturday, some people are going to look silly. By the way, I might be one of those people. I might be one of those people that look silly. Okay? Here's the deal. Great Phase is come forward to say that John Krasinski is not Mr. Fantastic, and therefore everything else that Emmett says is silly. Because Emmett also said that Krasinski is back. Okay? And this has caused something of a kerfuffle among insiders, because a lot of people had sort of bought into the narrative and the idea that a Penn Bagley was maybe going to be Reed, that maybe Henry Cavill was going to be Reed, which I actually like. I thought that was cool, right? So there's just a lot of contention here. I looked at the Marvel Studios spoiler subreddit and like the thread and what people are talking about, and a lot of those people fucking hate Great Phase, and they just think Great Phase has just been goofing since he did the fake leak, I got hacked bullshit, and is just ready to ban Great Phase basically. And Great Phase is strongly in the camp that Krasinski will not be back for as Mr. Fantastic. Now, Emmett told me Krasinski's back. When he first did the tweet, we had a little discussion, and he said, all I can say is that Jodie Comer will be Sue, and Krasinski is back as Reed. Okay? And here's the thing about that. Krasinski could be back as Reed and also not be the Reed Richards that stars in the Fantastic Four movie, right? Because there are obviously variants. It could be a Spider-Man situation where we've got Tom Holland over here, we've got Andrew Garfield over there. Perhaps the 838 version of Reed, or maybe even another variant, is played by Krasinski, and Bagley is maybe the 6161, right? So I see a scenario here where we kind of split the difference, and it actually makes some of this shit make sense. Because, there's just so many people saying like, oh, it's not him. And then other people saying that it is him. So I think either way on Saturday, we're going to get some clarification, and we're going to know a thing about a few of these people. Okay? But this was very wild because this opened the door for other things that he has talked about, Emmett, perhaps being true. And this includes the John Boyega being cast, which again, like Daisy Ridley kind of perhaps put some hype out about that. Giancarlo Esposito, who has already been talking at different conventions about how he actually really wants to be Professor X. Denzel Washington, Comer herself, like, dude, Henry Cavill. And let's talk about Henry Cavill for a second, okay? Because Grace Randolph did a stream yesterday where she shared a few things that she has heard. One of which being Henry Cavill will not be Sentry. In fact, they're not, or rather Hyperion. They're not even looking at him to be Hyperion. Now, that's kind of interesting, and I think the role she thinks that he could play is Wonder Man, and I think that's possible. And there's also like split kind of conversations about this. I think he could be Wonder Man. I think he could be an X-Man. I think he would be a fantastic Logan. I think it would be a fantastic Scott Summers. You know what I mean? Like, I think Henry Cavill could play a character of that caliber. Doctor Doom, maybe. But the deal is, man, I think Henry Cavill, there's a lot of smoke about Henry Cavill being announced for something Marvel on Saturday. And whether it's, Wonder Man, whether it's freaking, an X-Men character, I think it's going to be super hyped up. I'd prefer him to be an X-Men character because, dude, if you're going with an announcement that has Charles Xavier and Magneto, I mean, one of the other incredibly popular X-Men is Wolverine. Like, you almost need to talk about your Wolverine. Taron Egerton was apparently heavily in talks to do this. Maybe he got it, maybe he didn't. But yeah, dude. And by the way, dude, if they go X-Men on Saturday, if they talk about the mutants on Saturday, the actual project, the mutants, the film, and they make an announcement or something about that, oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. I'm gonna lose my mind. I actually have X-Men inspired Nerdvengers merch that's been sitting on our store. We haven't made it public yet because, we thought maybe they were going to do something at San Diego and they did not. Maybe they'll do something at D23. Maybe they won't. There's this big rumor that they can't even do anything until 2025 with these characters. So, this would kind of fly in the face of that report. But, I mean, we never officially got any confirmation on that. So, I don't know. Okay? I don't know. But hot tamale, sweet banana nut muffin on a Sunday morning. I'm pretty excited. I really do hope that they go with the mutants, man. That shit's cool. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. The Den of Nerds has been hearing Marvel will announce a new deal with Tom Holland, potentially at D23, something Spider-Man related. Dude, let me just say before we get into this, I do not trust this Den of Nerds guy. I really don't. He's pretty shady, kind of flagrant with his opinions, swears too much in his streams. He's no wiener gazer, but there's just something about his face. It's like, I don't know. So it's a tough one for me because I would really like this dude to be wrong. But he might know. He might know a thing. And here's the truth, man. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys and talk to you about what happened. I got this from Emmett. Okay? Straight up. Emmett hit me up and gave me a little bit more juice. Okay? Now, a couple of interesting things about this. Again, how can we trust this Emmett Kennedy guy? Is he legit? I don't know. All I can tell you is this. From what he has explained to me, I think he does actually have connections. He also told me that Marvel was super pissed about his tweet last week, and so he can't even tweet about this shit. Which I don't know if I actually should have just said. But the point is, that actually lines up with what I think is going on right now on Twitter with regards to Marvel Studios and how they're sniping people out and getting pretty upset about things. Okay? So, I think if there's smoke for some of these other things, then there's fire here as well. And what I was told was that Tom Holland signed a big, fat, juicy contract to star in multiple Marvel and Sony movies. Okay? Now, let me tell you why this is so damn good! In the context of everything we've been talking about with Marvel Studios, not to sound like a broken record, but Phase 4 a little weaker, divided fan base, humor, maybe some of these new characters not resonating, etc., etc. I even said, it was either earlier this week or it was last week, I said, well, one of the things that could really help Marvel moving forward, because we were talking about the Avengers, bro. We were like, bro, how the fuck are we supposed to root for some of these new characters getting together when we didn't even love their first entry in, and some of them aren't that great? Spider-Man. What's the best thing that happened in Phase 4? It was Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. Having Tom Holland Spider-Man be something like a glue that can pull a lot of these projects together, make some of these relationships and shit even cooler. And the fact that now Tom Holland Spider-Man is put back in the perfect comic book position. He's living in a shitty little apartment in New York City. Nobody knows who he is. He's out there solving crime on his own with his own made suit. We're back. The whole first trilogy was something of a crazy introduction to a character that's now going to be way more like the comic book version. They've figured out and answered all of the fan frustrations with the character. He's set, and I think it would be so nice, bro. So nice to have Spider-Man not just doing movies, but popping up elsewhere. I mean, dude, almost every single person that has done a Disney Plus show so far has wanted Spider-Man to be in the show. Because it's fucking Spider-Man. And he's amazing. He's awesome. Super fun. Just a really, really good character. So having him come back would be juicy. It would also imply that they've figured out whatever the hell they're doing with Sony. You know what I mean? And Feige has probably, and this is kind of where I'm at with this, I think Feige has made it pretty, he's made a strong claim on Tom Holland. And I think he said to Sony, you listen up, you mother truckers. You let Morbius bomb in theaters twice. Okay? You're turning Kraven the Hunter into an animal rights activist. You have no idea what you're doing. I will help you a little bit, but you will give me Tom Holland for pretty much ever. He can do a couple of crossover things with you, and he's coming back for Secret Wars. And this kind of tracks with everything we were talking about around the time when No Way Home was coming out, right? Lots of hype, lots of discussion rolling out of that film. And Tom wisely said he needed a break. He said he didn't know if he's coming back. Said it could be a good end because he's trying to secure the bag. Oh, yeah, I forgot. What's the El Muerto? Oh, dude, yeah, you're right. Sony has El Muerto. Never mind. They're probably all good. Feige probably not getting Tom. But yeah, man, I got to be honest. This is very exciting, you know? And you start to add all of this shit up, bro. And I mean, I kind of feel bad for Star Wars, honestly. Like, how are they going to compete with this, you know? Because even if it's just baseline stuff, the stuff that we talked about before the Spider-Man thing, that's a lot of hype. If you announce mutant characters, that's ridiculous. Fantastic Four cast, pretty damn likely. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the D23 celebration posters, there's many Spider-Man. There are many Spider-Man posters for D23. You think that's on accident? Do you think that's a mistake, oversight? You think it's meaningless? I don't know, bro. I don't know for sure. Take it all with a grain of salt. This Emmett guy could be a Kevin Feige psyop. You know, trying to trick us all into thinking that we know things only to be crushed and then not have faith in leakers moving forward. It could be. I don't know Emmett like that, okay? But from what I have talked to him about behind the scenes, he seems legit, dude. And again, when Campea confirmed, you know, when you get some of the buzz around John Boyega from that Josh Horowitz podcast. I mean, there's smoke here, ladies and gentlemen. There's smoke here, right? So, who knows for sure? But either way, Saturday's going to be wild. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be very interested to see what happens. And again, maybe we walk out and we're like, damn, okay, can't trust Emmett anymore. Great Face is legit. Maybe we're like, oh, Great Face is absolutely full of shit. You know, ban him from the Reddit. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out together. We're gonna figure it on out together. And I'm excited. So I think that's pretty much it. Like we can see. I'll see if there's any other juicy things. This is fake, by the way. This the 4chan shit. That's not real. Is there anything else? Is there anything? Oh, this is another one that's kind of weird, right? Before proceeding reading them, it needs to be said that this Twitter user supposedly leaks with a massive grain of salt. The reason these posts were posted here is so this community can deliberate whether or not these leaks may be true, by extension determining whether or not this source can be viewed as a possible reliable one. Okay? Pretty interesting stuff. Let's go over it. By the way, this guy actually tagged me yesterday and said that I was right about the Spider-Man thing. He said I was right about Tom Holland signing a big fat contract, which I appreciate, but also I don't know who this person is, okay? But let's just go into it, okay? First up, Henry Cavill will be playing an important character for Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run, but not Hyperion. That's kind of interesting. What do you guys think of that? Who could that character be? A character that's important in Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run, but not Hyperion. So I actually thought Sentry. I don't think that's. Yeah, no, that's not it. Could be a version of Reed for sure. I thought maybe the Maker. What if it's like a evil version? I thought Molecule Man. I actually thought Molecule Man could be, but that's like a little bit wild. Here's the question. Does he mean, or she, do they mean Avengers or New Avengers run? Because at one time, Hickman actually was doing 3 different Avengers books, technically. There was New Avengers, Avengers World, and regular Avengers. Mephisto was not important to Hickman's Avengers, at least not in my mind. So, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of fun ones, right? So there's like that Ex Nihilo character, Manifold. Yeah, there's a lot of like interesting ones. But as far as from the lead up to Secret Wars is concerned, I mean, I do kind of think Reed or maybe the Maker could be the person. Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, Manifold is black. You know what, though? They low-key race-bent a black character from the comics, actually. A lot of people didn't notice it, and there's like this, well, they could never race-bend a black character into white. They actually did. It's one of the Wrecking Crew. One of the Wrecking Crew is a black character in the comics, and they race-bent him into a white character. So I guess it technically can go both ways. Yeah. So, I don't know. That one's tricky for me, but not Hyperion seems to line up with what Grace said, so maybe there's some truth to that. And, you know, him being important to the Hickman run, that's kind of hyped up, even though I don't really know who it could be. That's pretty hyped up. He says here, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is in early development by Sony, and Andrew Garfield is in active negotiations to come back one more time besides Secret Wars. If the project ends up happening, Marvel Studios will likely be involved. Okay. That's pretty cool, and also kind of ties into some older rumors about this potentially being announced at D23, or it's happening soon, right? I think the Marvel Studios Spoilers subreddit moderation team put out like a list of things, and this came out in that list. I think I talked about it last week. It lines up with things that were said in the wake of Spider-Man No Way Home, where it was heavily implied that Sony was hella interested in working with Andrew, of all people. Andrew really stole the show, and it felt like it was right to bring him back to do more with him. Some people thought Andrew would just be confirmed as the Spider-Man of the Sony universe, and in fact, people thought the reshoots for Morbius were to inject Andrew Garfield into that. Honestly, missed opportunity in my opinion. Missed opportunity. He says here, John Krasinski will be the MCU's main Reed Richards alongside Jodie Comer. He will star in Matt Shakman's Fantastic Four. Everything should be announced at D23. Again, this is what Emmett is saying. You know what I mean? So, again, we don't know. There's a lot of conflicting reports about this, but this is what Emmett said. Okay? Two names that he's heard for Johnny Storm, Ross Lynch and Rudy Pankow, and the latter being the front. I don't really know who they are, but I'm sure it'll be cool. So, again, this person just kind of like out of nowhere, like got some like Reddit love, got some Twitter love, tagged me in a post yesterday. It was really, really wild. Who knows? If this person ends up being correct, then yeah, we've got a new leaker on the scene. The Living Tribunal. Cool name. Cool name. Either way. Who is Ross Lynch? Should I know who that is? Is that a cool person? Is Ross Lynch a pretty chill guy? Oh, is this him? Is this Ross Lynch? He's a Disney star? Disney kid actor? Is that him? That's him? Okay. Yeah, I could see it. I could see him being Johnny. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this is Rudy? And Rudy's the front runner? What have these guys been in? Have they done anything real cool? I want Boyega as Storm for real. I think it would be cool as Storm for sure. But that's not to say that John couldn't crush it as something else. I mean, look, legit, man. If they do right by John Boyega, I would be very excited. I'd like John Boyega. Star Wars did him absolutely dirty, and it would be incredible to see him done right over at Marvel Studios. And again, just a little bit of that white Suge Knight energy from Feige. I mean, he wants to be known as the best. He wants to be known as the guy that's got the golden touch. There's even speculation that the reason the Russo brothers are not coming back is because Feige wants you to remember it was him, not the Russo brothers. It was him that had the magic touch. And to be honest, I was thinking about this last night. Not to like get totally off topic on a tangent here, but like the Russo brothers shit outside of Marvel is not good. I love the Russo brothers, but were they just hands? Were they just functioning second unit directors when every unit is a second unit? I don't know. Maybe I just went too far. But regardless, these are the rumored Johnny Storms. The rumored Johnny Storms. Okay. So we just went into a whole thing, man. The Gray Man was good, really? I turned it off, dude. I thought it was bad. I'm also a harsh critic, to be fair. I am a harsh critic. But, yeah. They produced Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie's good. Whoa. Russo's worked up. Oh, okay, fine. Let's all defend the Russo brothers. Put a 1 into the chat if you love the Russo brothers and you hate the take I just had. Put a 1 into the chat. Did I take it too far? Put a 1 into the chat if you think I took it too far. Chat, I want you to write these names down of everybody that's putting a 1 in there. Keep track for me. Okay, cool. Cool. By the way, perfect time to tell you that the stream today and the stream on Saturday and all the streams over here for the foreseeable future are brought to you by Paradox Customs PC. Man, Paradox Custom PC, what an absolute unit! Incredible. If you like PC gaming, you like nerd venging, you like doing quantum mechanics on your computer while also having 30 million tabs in Google Chrome opened up, and you don't want to see any performance issues, get yourself Paradox Custom PC. Use code NERDVENTURES at checkout. Get a little bit of money off the top. They'll know we sent you. So thank you for that. Okay, should we just get into Q&A? Should we? Okay. All right. Cool. Let's get into the Q&A, man. Let's see what y'all want to talk about. Oh, fuck. I fucked it up. Don't send member chats. Save your member chats. I screwed it up. I apologize. Just a lack of sleep. I screwed it up, and I can't get to the member chats, but I can get to all the super chats. So give me a second here. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Okay. Damn, JP, what a generous super chat. Holy loving mothers on a Sunday morning. 50 United States dollars. What's up, Josh? Started getting into comic books just of recently and finished my first one. I read Infinity Gauntlet and loved it. And I remember you mentioning that Hickman's Secret Wars is a must. But do I need to read Hickman's Fantastic Four and Avengers first? I would say yes. Here's the thing. Depends on like what time what time do you have, okay? I think you could technically get the Time Runs Out collected edition, which I believe is mostly Secret Avengers, and that will take you down the Hickman thing. If you've got all the time in the world and you want the ultimate experience, I believe you read all of his Fantastic Four and all of the Avengers, New Avengers, and then you read Secret Wars, because in some ways the end of his Secret Wars feels like an actual end to the story he first started telling in his Fantastic Four. It's this beautiful, very long, interwoven, layered character conflict between Dr. Doom and Reed Richards and the family mind thing. It's really cool, dude. I love it. Big fan of Hickman. So I'd recommend all of that. But again, if you don't have the time, the broad strokes is all there in the Secret Invasion, or rather in the Avengers and New Avengers. That's what it is. It's Avengers and New Avengers. That's pretty much what that is. So, yeah. Okay, thanks so much for the 50, man. That's very generous. Matthew says, with a very generous 10, says, you gave me some advice about getting out of a rut about a month ago. Since then, I've joined the gym, enrolled in 2 acting classes, and a photography class. Thank you, brother. Nerd Vengers for life. Hey, man, I appreciate it. That's great. I love to hear that. Motion creates emotion. And sometimes when we're stagnant, it is hard to dig yourself out of a loop or an emotional rut. So, yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better. Appreciate it. Martin says with a 5 spot, how crazy do you think the backlash will be if Henry Cavill is not in Black Adam? That's a tough one. I think that the backlash will exist for sure. How bad will it be? I don't know. I think it'll be really bad for The Rock at this point. In general, I think his absolute commitment to this movie could end up coming back to bite him in the ass a little bit. Like, I read this crazy story that The Rock is asking the studio to take all of the concessions during the opening weekend of Black Adam and add it to the gross. Can anybody confirm that, or is that some bullshit? Because I saw that report and I was like, I don't know about that. Either way, I mean, it's DC, so I think people should be used to disappointment over there. But, yeah, we're supposed to get a Black Adam trailer today, I think. You know what I mean? Oh, Kevin Feige, thank you for that. So, yeah, we're supposed to get a Black Adam trailer today, I believe. So, we'll see. I gotta be honest with you, I have very low levels of hype for Black Adam. I think it's mid as fuck. So, but it's not as bad as like Morbius for me, where it's like I still will not watch Morbius. I came pretty close last night, actually. I was like, yeah, maybe throw Morbius on, and then I remembered I value my time. So, I said no. So, I'll probably watch Black Adam when it comes to streaming, which is better than I can say for Morbin time. CT1776 says, any news on Armor Wars? Haven't heard anything. Yeah, not a lot of updates, bro. I mean, there were rumors that maybe that would be talked about at D23. I think that's par for the course. It could happen. I think the show is still happening. I would hope that they're taking their time on it because they want to make it really epic and important and impactful to the MCU. So, yeah, I think it's still happening. Martin says, wait, no. Mike Howell says 9-minute Andor preview on Disney+. Okay, I'll check that out. I mean, look, I am excited for Andor. I obviously am a little butthurt with Star Wars just in general here. But I am hopeful that Andor will be an incredible show and be something that the fan base can really galvanize behind and get really excited about. Because it's Star Wars, you know, there'll be debate and questions, and even if it really succeeds, I think the questions will be, why wasn't this attention and care given to Kenobi? But having said that, a win's a win, and I think they could use a win. So I'm excited for Andor, man. So maybe I'll check that out. Chief Moriarty says, Josh, you should do an OnlyFans and scream all your MCU hot takes. What? You think so? Am I leaving a lot of money on the table here? That's crazy. Drew Smith with a 5 spot says, Josh, you just don't like stories. Yeah, totally. Kendall, a.k.a. The Sensei, says, Doctor Strange 3, time runs out, surprise announcement. Whoa, bro. Boner! And I'm not talking about Ralph. That would be dope, man. That would be pretty exciting. I'd be into that. Grady Edwards says with the 10 spot, says, love the show. I'll be happy with Bagley, Johnny, or whoever the cast. Something is telling me John K. will be the 6161, though. Things have been very hush. We all know what that means, typically. Yep, I would like John. I mean, how do y'all feel about this? Let's go to the polls. Let's go to Poll Town. Let's go to the Poll Town. Let's do Poll Town USA. Would you be hyped if Krasinski is 616 Reed? Would you be hyped? Would you be hyped up? Man, I know we're having a really fun stream and it's all good and everything's fine. But damn, I'm a little exhausted. I'm running a little ragged, you know what I mean? Looks like a lot of you out the gate are like, hell yeah, give me that Johnny. So, hey, maybe we'll all be like celebrating on Saturday. It'd be real cool. Eric D says with the 5 spot, what up, Josh? What would you say were your first steps when thinking you wanted to create your own comic? Did you write out your whole story first? Okay, so I talked a little bit about this yesterday. Normally for me, my process has like some kind of an inspiration. And in this example, there were two main inspirations. One, I can't actually talk about because it's a spoiler, but the second one was the setting, okay? And I liked this idea of a police force, an authoritarian police force that's almost like the judges in Judge Dredd, but they're superheroes. And what if all of the really powerful superheroes all were essentially forced to work for this authoritarian policing unit? So that's kind of the inspiration. It's a little bit of Watchmen meets V for Vendetta. Yeah. So that was kind of the inspiration. Thank you for the love, man. Okay. Matthew says with a 5 spot. This weekend, goated NFL back, college football, D23 Expo, Hot D, talk about a mangasm. Oh my lord. You missed one thing. The UFC is also going to be dope, bro. Are you kidding me? This weekend's going to be awesome, man. Really and truly awesome. Saturday's going to be hyped as hell. Even later tomorrow. What day is it today? It's Thursday, right? So on Friday, they're going to do a video game gaming thing with Star Wars and Marvel. I actually expect some really fun announcements there. That would be really cool. Then Saturday, yes, we've got D23. Super hyped up about that. Then we've got an incredible UFC, Hot D on Sunday. Yeah, man, it's going to be a really, really good weekend. Football back as well. I'm excited about that. Might check out the Steelers, see how they doing. Nick D with a 10 spot says, I said this in chat, but it's important that Johnny Storm is young / close to Tom Holland's age, in my opinion, because Johnny and Peter Parker are close in the comics. Yeah, they're roommates for a while. And that's pretty chill. So I agree. I think that would be a really fun thing for them to do. And I mean, dude, the talent that they are lining up for... Whew. Really, really excited. Cruder Cape says, did you see the extended look of Andor on Disney Plus? Tons of new footage. It was awesome. Maybe I'll look at that today and maybe even like put out a video or something about it. You know, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, just gonna go over a couple of member chats here. Adriel says, member for 4 months. You're on social media as a source, the Marvel nerd on the gram. I don't know what that means, but yes. And then Smokey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. Appreciate you. All right. Okay, so let's hang in the chat for a little bit, guys. I'm going to be here like 5-10 more minutes, then I got to get out of here. I've got this awesome video coming out about Denzel Washington Magneto, Giancarlo Esposito Professor X, why I think it will happen, the potential drama that would ensue, why I think it could actually work. It's going to be a very good video. I think you're going to be excited to check that out. That'll drop later today. And yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow morning. I also wrote this really fun video, which maybe I'll record today or maybe I'll record tomorrow, about the Celestials and the mutants, things that have happened in the comic books, and why I think the MCU is setting up the mutants to have a deep connection to the Celestials. It's a very fun video, man. Very fun video. So check that out. Yeah. Josh, will you watch on watch parties when Bad Batch is released, Andor or Bad Batch? Maybe we'll do both. If they really drop at the same time, maybe we'll do both. You know, because Andor, other than the first week, which, by the way, I don't think this is happening. I think Bad Batch Season 2 got pushed into January. Mm-hmm. Check me out? What you mean, bro? What you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? Have I seen the Knives Out 2 trailer? No, I have not. Josh, what do you think about the Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic and Rainn Wilson as Dr. Doom? That would be the funniest casting ever. Who's Rainn Wilson? Is that the dude from The Office? That'd be kind of funny. Yeah. You watch Andor preview on stream right now? No. Yeah. I would, honestly, but I actually, and this is probably TMI, but I have to poop. So I don't want to do like a whole 9-minute thing, watching it, pausing it, doing all this sort of stuff, and then, you know, get on out here or whatever. So, yeah. Hey, what do you want from me? Okay? What do you want from me? I'm keeping it a stack. I thought that's what you guys wanted. Yo, I'm pooping right now. What the fuck? Oh, dude, kind of jealous, not gonna lie. Why don't you go right now? Oh, okay, good idea. Be like Liam. Too much Nespresso? I mean, you're not wrong. The amount of caffeine that's going through my blood right now. Hot damn. If you're stopping She-Hulk for it, then you should, Josh. Yeah. I guess. I mean, look, maybe I'll watch it on a video or something, okay? Jeez. Jeez, guys. Not like all the way up, Kendall, but we've definitely had a few explosive situations. Let me just say that. Coffee and blinkers? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of... I know the age difference would be comic accurate, yet I hope Marvel is ready for Twitter freakout, re Krasinski and Comer. I don't really think so. I don't really think you'd get a freakout. I mean, you might get, like, a loud minority, but I think you get that almost no matter what these days on Twitter, you know? Danny DeVito as Wolverine at D23? Oh, my God. Now, that would really make the convention. That would really do it. Mm-hmm. What's my favorite Star Wars movie? It kind of shifts between Empire, Revenge of the Sith, and actually Return of the Jedi. I actually legitimately love Return of the Jedi. So, what microphone can I recommend? Oh man, I wish I knew the name of the old microphone I had because it was so good for so long. It was like an Audio Technica 9000 or some shit. It was perfect, man. You could use it USB. You could use it XLR. Great little microphone. Great little microphone. Gapper says, Josh, man, thank you for being here week in and week out to give us your time and thoughts. Appreciate everything you do and having a newborn too. Thank you, Josh. Oh, hell yeah, man. I love what I do. I've got a great job. I love being in here talking to you guys about these hyped up things, you know, gaming, get into conversations. I like watch parties. I like writing good videos, producing good videos. So, you know, I'm more than happy to continue to do all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. About to hit the gym? Nice. Nice. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, making vids is fun, isn't it? If Jackman is indeed done with Wolverine, then couldn't newly cast Wolverine be seen before 2025? As Jackman actor under contract, he was still probably... would waive it. Yeah, if that story is true about the contracts, it's not just the actors, it's the producers. It's a lot of different things going on. So, yeah. Tough. All right, everybody. Much love to you all. Please come on by for Saturday's stream. I think it's going to be awesome. I think you will really enjoy the video that comes out later today. Got a lot of fun videos. And then after D23, oh man, we can dig in. We can dig in and start really making some epic videos because we'll have a lot to work with. We'll have a lot of casting, a lot of info, new titles, new projects, etc. So the content shall flow. And speaking of flow, I got to get on out of here. Okay, much love to you all today. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.
Can't you hold it in?
I can't. It's an emergency.
Honey, there's a restaurant.
No, that's 3 miles off the road, and that's 3 miles back. We lose 10 minutes.
So what? Your daughter wants to go to the bathroom.
Stop, Dad.
All right, Jason, just look back there for an empty jar.
A jar? Girls don't pee in jars.
Oh, all right, sorry. Jason, we're gonna need a jar and a funnel.
Dad, I don't have to pee. It's number 2.
Sorry, I can't stop.
Dad, I'm prairie dogging it.
What the hell does that mean?
You know, like when a prairie dog sticks his head in and out of the ground.